David, thank you for your time. In the situation we're about to do today, David, can you give me some examples perhaps of kind of where you fall in the journey in the process that people are reaching out to you or they're coming into your office and you're meeting them? Where are you, I guess, perhaps in their particular journey going through this?
Options counseling is just a specific type of service for people with memory loss, dementia, and their care partners. So I have various physicians when they're coming to me. A particular person may come to me for a simple memory screening. They may come to me, a care partner may come to me, their loved ones already has memory issues or has already been diagnosed. Not so much on the later stages, but usually early to middle stages, people come to see us for services.
It would be good to stress to folks that, after they see you is when perhaps the door gets a little wider for who they should reach out to and the kind of places they can go for more support and guidance, right?
Yes, correct. So I'm just one of many first stops. Then I can definitely steer a person in the hopefully correct areas of help, whether it be neurology services, whether it's social events for individuals with memory loss. So it varies on what then I could do next.
I'll set up sort of what we're about to do in our exercise, but this is what you might do in a situation. You call them memory screenings, right?
Yes, so I am not specifically testing your memory, so we're not going to draw a clock. I'm not going to make you memorize a phrase or two. It's just asking basically your cognitive abilities in a certain sense. So the screening is called the 88. You can definitely find it online, but this is the one that we use here at Pima Council on Aging. It involves me asking a person, 8 questions. The answers are yes, no, or you don't know, or not applicable. It is not a diagnostic tool. I am not a doctor. I can't diagnose anyone, but it gives me a good sense of where someone's at currently. It does not give me the origin or the cause of the loss, but again, it just gives me a good sense of where someone's at currently in their cognitive journey. So if you're ready, my first question to you is, do you seem to have problems with judgment? For example, does it take you a long time to make a decision? Have you made possible bad financial decisions in the past? Problems with thinking?
I would say no.
The next question is, do you seem to have less interest in hobbies than activities?
Generally, I would say no.
Do you notice, or do your social circle notice, that you repeat the same things over and over, like questions, stories, or statements?
I would say no.
Do you have trouble learning how to use a tool, appliance, or a gadget? For example, electronic gadgets, a remote control, a smartphone can be confusing.
No.
Do you forget the correct month or year?
Generally, no.
Do you have trouble handling complicated financial affairs? For example, balancing a checkbook, paying bills, filing income taxes?
No.
Do you have trouble remembering appointments?
Knowing myself more than I should, but not as a force of habit, I would say not as a problem, no.
And then my final question is, do you see problems with your thinking and or memory on a daily basis?
I would say no.
Typically with a screening, a 2 or above yes answers does give me some type of sense that there might be some memory loss. It could be just normal age-related memory loss. It doesn't give me the cause, but it does give me where someone's at currently.
Let's say if in maybe like an older version of me came to you and I scored a 3.
Okay.
I wouldn't score like a person that maybe scores a 5 or a 6. And so by virtue of, that you make that assessment with a number, is it better for me to have gone to see you when I'm scoring a 3? Because there's things then I can, or my family could do to talk to the people who can help with specific care.
Yeah, so usually a lower score, there are tips and tricks you can do to improve your memory. A higher score, that might become more difficult because a higher score tends to be something, an actual cognitive decline beyond what normal age related memory loss looks like. Um, a lower score, definitely I would still provide the same resources and information how to improve memory, how to, if someone's still concerned about their memory loss, a care partner, what can you do to improve memory in their loved one? If you score a little higher, of course, the resource and information might be a little more intense on if they're need neurology services or services beyond what we can do medically.
Okay. How, and this might be anecdotal for you. I'm just curious, sort of, the idea is you're in the room and you're getting a sense of the person who you want to assess. How often or important is it that you at least share the assessment with their spouse, their care partner, their child? It's sort of, what is the value? And I think I might answer my own question here, but what is the value in making sure that the other person in the circle knows this assessment, so that that I guess they might also feel like they know what they can do, right?
Right. Yes. So hopefully this answers your question. So memory loss affects not just the individual, but their entire circle, whether that's your family, your friends. As a social worker, I like to have everyone involved with their loved one that has experiencing memory loss. The more that's on the same page, the more people that are on the same page, the better it is for that individual. Uh, People with memory loss, I like to see them as having a stable and constant routine that seems to work best for someone who is experiencing this type of memory loss. And again, everyone that's involved in their lives should at least be aware of what's going on. And that's, again, that's just me as a social worker wanting to take care of the entire circle of this person.
So, obviously we'll make sure, I want to, connect people so they know they can meet people like you, people like Harbudgeon. What are the best ways to get a hold of you and your team? So as they're watching the report, what are the best ways, either the person maybe, feeling like they're going through this personally, or that it's the spouse or the caretaker in the circle that, wants to get this person in the room with you? What are the best ways to get a hold of you?
Our best way is to call the Pima Council on Aging's helpline. They are a wonderful staff. They will definitely direct people where they need to go, including, my or our department. That would be the first, I guess, step.
Anything else, for the folks who are gonna, want to learn more, and they're watching everything in the series and the report? Anything additional that you'd like them to know about, support, information, things to, for them to know as they go through this?
Just a little bit about options counseling itself. It's a specific type of service that we create person-centered plan for the individual, giving them very specific and detailed information on their specific type of memory loss. If it is dementia, of course, there's various dementias. It's and I like as as part of an options counselor, very specific information resources for someone specific.
Well, thank you, David. Appreciate your time.
Of more social activities that I can print out for you just around town. Perfect. Here, this is like the main thing that we personally have, but then we have like the